like debunking things that aren't true. I don't do it because I want to be different. And no, I'm just saying, like, there's certain things that people speak and they postulate from a point that they're speaking truth, and it's not true. It's not true. What are we talking about? We're talking about the famous thing some Taoist people started. And they say, if you sit and you masturbate and you get yourself close to climax, then you stop, you lock it, you take the energy, you circulate the energy, you bring it up. I can't talk about it without laughing because how can you? And then you bring the energy up to the, either the Anja chakra or the crown chakra. Depends who's giving the instruction. And then you take it and you make something happen with it. That's what they say, right? Now, I used to do all this stuff. This is why I'm sharing it with you. Like, I used to do it. And some of you have also already experienced this. And then you say, yeah, man, like, it's a total edging dopamine experience. That's what I'm saying. I used to think I was high on spiritual energy because I'm like doing the Taoist thing. Look, there's proof. These well-known people wrote the book, Masturbate Your Way to Heaven. I mean, come on, you can't get a better marketing title than that. Who in their teens or 20s or 30s isn't going to buy that book? Oh, you mean I don't have to stop masturbating? I can keep masturbating? Yeah. That's how I thought too. I'm like, good deal. Because I don't want to stop. So I used to think I was super full on with spiritual energy. Because I had a lot of energy because I do this thing all the time. And then later, I found out I was high on dopamine. How did I find that out? Because my nervous system crashed. It crashed. You know what it's really similar to? It's like when I was doing, I was in Thailand, and I was, there's ants around here. And I was a fruitarian, because Thailand had some of the best fruit, that of any country I could find. Mangosteens and durian and the mangoes but now the Western technology and everything's starting to corrupt that. They microwave their fruits to try to get them riper faster because everything's coming from economic greed. We can't escape the time and age we're living in. Still, I went there to be a fruitarian. I was fruitarian for over a year. Now, I used to proclaim back then, I'm like, I'm gonna be fruitarian forever. I'm so high on energy. You can see videos like this. The raw food movement, it's kind of dying down a bit now, but 10 years ago it was full on. It was the new fad, You got the fruitarians and everybody, and me too, What happened though is it's the same thing. My nervous system got burnt. It got burnt. What I thought was energy was just really neuroticness. The nervous system was just spasming. And then my mind called that energy. True energies, you're solid. You have energy, you can access energy, you can go run up that mountain, or you can just chill. That's energy. You're not this restless thing that's just, like, oh, I have so much energy. That's what happened when I was edging and also when I was fruitarian, liquidarian, raw foodist. It takes a while. It's a good cleanse, these things, but I'm talking about after you do it for 10 years or more. Generally, it's not so sustaining. The body, the nutritional storehouse inside, it gets depleted, and then things start to go haywire. That was my experience. So I'm sharing my experience. Those who like to edge and do these things, you probably, do it. I did. You wouldn't have told me, you couldn't have convinced me, I don't think, back then when I was in this mode. If I heard myself talk, I'd have just been like, nah, you don't get it, man. Like, I'm edging my way to heaven. So, sorry. So, I'm talking to those who already know this and just were reconfirming, or those who are kind of unsure. Maybe this will be the message that, makes you say, oh, yeah, I knew that was true. I just needed somebody to say it. So, this is what we're saying. That's not the way you sublimate energy. I'm gonna make another video on how to the real way to sublimate it, and it's not a volitional thing. You can't self-will it to happen. You can't use your mind to figure out how to to sublimate the energy. Right? It's a alchemy that happens. Grace does this for you. You can't use some mental technique. It's like using the mental techniques that the alpha bros say to get a girl. You think that's how you get a girl? To apply techniques? You're acting. You don't want to be an actor. You want things to happen organically. When they happen organically, they don't end. That means you're solid now. This is you want it to be organic. You don't want to be an actor. So, all right, what else do I got to say here? All right. In India, they have what you call Devdasis. Can't find them. It's underground stuff. Law of attraction, law of karma has to happen for you to even find these beings. What a Devdasi is she's an expert, you can say, with sexual transmutation. And it's her destiny to help those men who are qualified, not just looking to have sex, but are qualified, who are true sadhakas, who want to be free of sexual desire so that they can become self-realized. Okay. So they go to her. They have all these desires that the guy has, and these urges and this infatuation with the female body. They work through that. You see, her consciousness, she imparts to him when they're having sex. She can feel energetically like if he's in his lustful mind or not, or if he's more coming from, you can say, his spiritual nature. So she teaches him how to have sex, how to not go crazy over a girl, how to beat these urges. That's authentic transmutation. Don't ask me how to find these people. You can't. But I'm just giving an example of true, that's what true transmutation is. It's a shift in consciousness. You're seeing things from a higher plane. This is what transmutation is. There's a good story that I like to tell. In India, usually, at least back then, it's still today, unless you're in a big city, they have arranged marriages. Parents look at the astrological chart of the guy and then the girl, they match each other up, and then they get married. And there's no oh, if this don't work, we're gonna get a divorce. No. They're like, we're in it. This is it. We're gonna work it out. So, there was a girl, a self-realized woman. They married her off to a man who wasn't self-realized, but he had potential. The woman was beautiful, and he just wanted to have sex all the time after you got married. And so the girl's getting tired of that. See, she was trying to tell him, just snap out of this. Why are you so obsessed with my body? Okay, I know, but I mean, you're just so beautiful. She says, okay. He kept asking her. He kept wanting to have sex. She says, look, we're going to have sex. Gets all excited. He's like, all right, you mean now? No, not now. Well, when? Okay, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to go in the room, I don't know, 7 days or something. Don't disturb me. I'm telling you, don't knock on the door and bother me. Otherwise, you break this agreement. I'm telling you I'm going to have sex with you, but don't bother me for 7 days. He says, okay, it's cool. You got my word. She goes in the room. She fasts, dry fasts. And then she takes an enema every day also. She has a bucket. So then when she has to go to the bathroom, she goes in this bucket. After 7 days, she comes out. The husband didn't even recognize her. She's I don't know, 30 pounds less or something. She's all sunk in, all gone, She has a bucket in her hand, smiling. She puts the bucket down. She says, look, this is the beauty. This is what you're worshiping. It's in this bucket. got it. He got it. Something inside shifted. Something, he surrendered. He prostrated before her. He says, you're no longer, it's strong, man. You're no longer my wife. You're my guru. You see? That's alchemy. That's transmutation. All right? Yeah. There you go. Good luck.